If you want 100% revenue growth in the next 4 weeks, watch this video and follow these steps. I want you to do this. So if you have moderate to okay sales, maybe they're a little lower than you'd like, but you're getting sales, but your revenue is really low, it's probably a pricing strategy. But today what I want to talk about is no matter what's happening, if you want to increase your revenue by 100%, you can follow these 3 simple guides that are going to tell you exactly what to do in a program that I created that has a calculator. But I'm just going to share with you the nuggets today. You don't have to buy the program. You just can't see it in a calculator. That's all. So revenue growth is the foundation we start building our growth on. Business growth has to happen in order for us to make the income we desire, to hire a team, to take some of the stuff off of our hands, and for us to be able to fine-tune our business, get things, processes and things in place better, but also eventually be able to take time off and still get paid. So you don't have to take those vacations anymore where you say you're on vacation, but you're not. You're just in a more luxurious and expensive place, working in a hotel while your family's down there trying to have fun without you. Not a recipe for success, by the way, in marriage or in life. So what you want to do is you need to grow your revenue. And there's 3 easy areas in your business. You're already focused on them that you can focus on now. And you can increase your revenue by 100% within the next 4 weeks. The first place, I talk about this a lot in videos because it's such an easy identifying thing that can be increased by 85% of everybody I talk to. If you got a business that has 20 people or less, there's a really good chance you don't have enough leads coming in. If you have enough leads coming in, but your closing rate sucks or isn't good, then that's a different story, but it's also an easy fix. So let's go with lead generation right now. If your leads are coming in, but they're really not that many, you're not putting in a lot of time to it, they kind of come in, you rely a bit on referrals and you rely on the old traditional ways, whatever those are for you, for the amount of leads coming in. You're not putting a lot of time into new lead generation growth. This is an area of opportunity. Just this one strategy alone can increase that revenue 100%. So depending on how many leads you got coming in, depends on the amount of increase, the percentage of increase that you can do now. You can start tomorrow, because I'm not asking you to do something new. I'm asking you just to focus on what you're already doing. Just get better at it, improve it, or increase it, which is usually what needs to take place. More effort, more time, more focus on lead generation. So if the average person I speak with has between 4 and 8 leads per month. That's it. Their closing rate's around 25 to 30%. And they usually deal with their client what they consider one time, if they're a coach or a guide, or they sell them once or twice, but not really a whole lot more than that. Those are all opportunities for growth. Lead generation, lead conversion, and the lifetime value of the client. And so with lead generation, if you're only getting 4 to 8 leads a month, double your time. Without even getting better at lead generating, if you just double your time in, there's a really good chance you're probably going to exceed double the amount of leads. But let's just say for today's sake, you double them. And let's go right in the middle, between 4 and 8. Let's say you get 6 a month. 6 a month is 1.5 leads a week on average. Trust me, if you're getting 1.5 leads a week, you're not putting in that much time in lead generation, or you're really terrible at it. And you need this revenue growth to hire somebody that's good. So lead generation is going to be the first place you look. If you're relying on referrals, get over it, right? You need lead generation in order to grow. In today's environment, relying on referrals alone does work for some people, but they're always small people. They work for themselves. They work really hard. If you're that type of person, this video probably isn't for you. So you focus on your lead generation. What can you do right now that would double your efforts? Write it down. What can you do right now that would double the effort for your leads right now? If you're on social media and you're sending out 5, I'm being nice to you because I doubt most of you out here that would say you're using social media are actually putting out 5 a day. 5 direct message outreaches a day. 5 connection requests a day. Are you doing that? If you're not doing that, start there. It's probably going to double the effort that you're doing, and it's going to generate the opportunity to engage a little bit more and to initiate appointments. What you want to do when your leads are low is you just want to have appointments. It doesn't have to be super qualified leads unless you have an easy process already to get those done. If you do, then absolutely do it. But for today, we're making it easy. What you want to have is you want to have conversations. If you don't have a lot of leads, you have to have more conversations because a conversation leads to either a potential sale or a potential referral ask. And so what you can do is, hey, you're not my ideal client, I get it, but let me find out about your business and let me ask you, who do you know that could use this benefit? And then what's your benefit? Let me see who I could refer your way. A reciprocating thing does work. It doesn't work all the time. It probably works, in my experience, about 1 out of 3 times. But look, if I'm not having enough leads to come in anyway, and I had 9 extra conversations a week, that's 3 more leads than I had the week before. Trust me, those 3 leads can make the difference between feeling like I'm stuck and I'm not doing anything to feeling good about myself and my business again. So lead generation is one. Before I get to the other 2, don't forget to subscribe to this video, like it. I appreciate it. I'm looking to grow even bigger so that I can expand my message to people like you and make sure that we're making a difference by having a small business that's successful, not one that drives us in the ground and makes us feel like we want to throw in the towel, right? I know what that feels like as well. So back to this. The second thing you want to focus on is you want to focus on your lead conversion. What's your closing rate? The average smaller business owner, it's a 25 to 30% close rate. You close about 1 out of 3 to 1 out of 4. So for today's sake, I'll use 1 out of 4. It's just easier math. And so if you have 6 leads coming in and you're closing 1 out of 4, that means that you're having about 1.5, right, clients, customers, sales per week. Now, sales is cyclical. Sometimes you're closing 30%, 40%. Sometimes you're closing 10%, right? So that's why you need consistent leads coming in so that those ebbs and flows equal at the end of a month the right amount of sales that you need to increase your revenue and to make sure that your business is successful and that you're making enough money to live the lifestyle that you want. It is not that difficult to do. We just have to increase our focus, our attention, our activity level, and more importantly, the revenue so that we can afford the team so that we don't have to keep this focus over here all the time and having it be us, right? Because having it be us all the time becomes a lot of BS, right? We get tired of it. I get tired. So having a really good team that you can pay and afford a good wage requires you to grow your revenue fast, and it allows you to start breaking free from the grind of having to do everything in your business. So we've covered leads. Double your rate. Use what you're doing now, double it. With your lead conversion, your sales closing rate, if you're at 25 to 30%, I will promise you that there's at least 2 people a month that you could be firmer on, that you could ask a little bit more firmly, or there's a lot of follow-up that you could do that you're not getting to because you're too busy doing today things. Follow-up should be part of your strategy. It should be part of the system that you create for sales flow. A lot of sales are made in follow-up. So if you have a 25% closing rate and you have a consistent follow-up process, I guarantee you that 25% will go to 33% easily. In some months, it'll go to 40 or 50%. So those are two of the steps. The last step I'm going to cover with you today on this video is about your pricing. When's the last time you raised your prices, or the average lifetime of a client? So I'm going to cover these in two different areas, but they kind of equal the same thing, which is more income, more revenue. So with your pricing, if you haven't raised your prices, raise your prices. Raise them 10%. Right? When's the last time you raised your prices? My guess is going to be 3 to 5 years ago, if ever. Some people go never. That's not acceptable. Everything else around you has gone up. You're allowed. I'm giving you permission right now. Raise your prices 10%. The other one, lifetime value of a client. This is where we can get additional sales, upsell, whatever the right word is. In coaching, it's extended programs. Right? So if I coach with someone for 6 months, my lifetime value can increase if I incorporate a program or a flow that says, hey, for the next 6 months, here's what we can cover. And then the next 6 months, here's what we can cover. And then since you're on this growth plateau, let's do an accelerated course on growth for the next 6 months. That's how you can easily get a 2-year coaching client. My average clients are with me an average of 28 months per client. I have one client that's been with me for over 13 years. I just had a client that left that was with me for 14 years. So you can have clients that are with you a really long time if you focus on growth and if you're making sure that you show up and that you're delivering exactly what it is that you promised to deliver. But look at the number of transactions that you have with your clients and figure out what is it that you can offer that could enhance the sale, increase the sale, have another sale go on. And if you don't have anything to offer, who do they go to next? Collaborate with that person and create a referral program so you get paid from it. So if I have a systems expert, which I do, because I'm not a systems expert, but I know systems are part of the growth. What I do is hand them off to this growth expert. They work with them for 3 months. Sometimes I continue to work with these people, or I hand them off, and at the end of 3 months, we're already scheduled, we start back up again. And I got paid a referral fee from the systems person. So I get a referral fee from them, and then I get my client back. What's that do to the extended life of my client? It extends the life of my client. What's that mean for my income? That means my income continually flows. It continually flows. And as I grow my business and I get another client, that expands it. So this is why you want to focus on these areas so that you can increase the amount of revenue that you have coming in and not have to work so hard to keep selling and selling and selling new people all the time. I hope that this helped. Let me know in the comments below what you got from this. If there was something I could have done better, please let me know. I'm always looking to improve if it will help you. But I appreciate you listening to this today. I appreciate you watching it. And again, like the video, subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it.